Good morning, everyone. This is Stephanie Lueras from Heart and Soul Fitness and Wellness, and this is Coffee and Connect with Stephanie Lueras. I am here every Monday. This is our new time, 9 a.m. Arizona time. My schedule has shifted just a little bit to accommodate some different things that I have going on Mondays. But welcome to Coffee and Connect for January 31st, 2022. And today we are talking about accountability. If you'd like to join our conversation in the Zoom room, you can go to bit.ly/coffee with Stephanie and come join us in the Zoom room. Or you can, I'm doing my best to monitor the comments in Facebook. I don't always see the comments on the dual monitors. So the best way is to come and join the Zoom room. If you don't want to speak in the Zoom room, that's okay. You can always enter things into the chat and you don't have to be on camera if you're a little camera shy. That's okay too. But that's the best way to interact with the conversation. Still coming up to speed on a little bit of technology. I'm not always the greatest on that, so practice makes perfect. But today our topic is accountability, and this topic came to mind today because it is my wedding anniversary. I've been married to my husband for 13 years. And, we look at accountability in a lot of different ways. And so accountability comes in the form of support and encouragement and the different ways that people can help us on our journey, no matter what we're doing. And so when we look at accountability can be people, it can be resources, it can be institutions. It can be those things that provide the support and the structure we need for the goals that we have in place. Now, when I look at accountability, I don't look in just one place because there's a lot of different ways that we can be held accountable. And there's good accountability and not so good accountability. And that good accountability is when we have people or resources or institutions that not only encourage us, they support us, they provide us what we need, but they also give us that push when we are making excuses, when we're veering off a little bit. They also help us to push through when we hit a wall, and there's always going to be a wall. We never have a smooth sailing path when we have set a goal, when we're moving forward, when we're doing something. Life gets in the way somehow, or we make up an excuse, or there's something that gets in the way, whether it's real or perceived, that we can't continue on. And that place of accountability comes in to help us get around that barrier. It might be over, it might be under, it might be around, but it gets that barrier out of the way because sometimes we just need another set of eyes. And it gets us out of ourselves, out of our heads, and a way to look at things in a different way. Because sometimes when we're in our own stuff, we don't see every solution possible. That's why accountability sometimes is one of the best things to keep us going. So I'm going to pause right there. We have Heather that's joined us in the Zoom room. I don't know if you've got some thoughts on your mind or you're just here for some company this morning. If you want to type in the chat or have something to say. Well, we'll continue on. Good morning to you, my friend. So when we think about accountability, who are good accountability partners? And like I said, this topic came to mind this morning because it's my anniversary. I don't know why the two came to mind. Because family tends to not be good accountability partners. Family is too close to our stuff, whatever it is we're working on. And I'm not only talking about health and fitness today. When we're thinking about any goals, is really a place to have accountability. And family is not always the best thing to have in place when we look at accountability, because they often are right there in the mix as we're doing stuff. They know our vulnerabilities. And sometimes those people, they won't push at the times we need to be pushed, and they'll pull back sometimes when we need that push. They'll also sometimes push at the times maybe we need that encouragement. There's that interesting dynamic where we get sometimes the opposite behavior of what we really need. And having somebody who's a little bit removed from our everyday life or from that family life helps to have a really good separation. They're a little bit more objective. They don't know your business. And so they can help call you out a little bit more because there's no feelings attached to what's going on. If you're making an excuse on something, that accountability person isn't going to say, oh, well, yeah, I kind of get that because this is going on and that's going on. They don't have the backstory. They don't have the emotional tie to it. They only hear the excuse. So they can call out some different information and help you to process something in a different way. So who are ideal accountability people in our lives? Friends, yes and no. You have to consider the quality of that relationship and in who those people are in your life, because you have to be able to separate the friendship from the accountability. And what is the conversation we're having right now? Is this conversation we're having right now I'm holding you accountable for this commitment you've made, or I'm being your friend? Because there can be hurt feelings sometimes. There can be a little bit of honesty that takes place in an accountability relationship. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. So there has to be, in a friendship, that ability to switch hats. And not every friendship can endure that switching of hats. And really only you can make that decision. So we have family members, not so good, friends, depending on that. So we have other places out there. We have support groups. We have church or other spiritual group type relationships where you have those people that have the same beliefs, the same feelings as you, the same values as you do. They're working towards other common goals. So if your goal is a health and fitness type goal, well, then you're probably going to want to work with somebody that has achieved the goals that you're working towards in health and fitness or has the expertise in that area. If you're working on spiritual growth, then you're going to want to work with someone that has spiritual growth, that has that grounding in that area that you're wanting to grow in. If you're wanting to improve your mental and emotional health, you probably want somebody that has a pretty good grasp on their own mental and emotional health, that has coping mechanisms and tools that, hey, maybe I want to learn, that maybe I want to be employing in my life. So once we've identified who that person is to help me be accountable, it's not just, okay, we're going to assume they're going to do that. This is then we enter into an accountability relationship. And some people go as far as actually like making a contract with people and, go for it. There's all kinds of things you can pull off the internet. I've got things saved that I can supply people templates. But when you are entering into any type of accountability relationship, you need to lay your expectations out on the table. What is it that you want in this relationship? What do you expect from this person? What is the level of communication? What are they going to provide for you? What are you going to provide for them? Are you coming to them? Are they coming to you? What's the exchange? And is it a reciprocal accountability relationship? Are they working on something that you're providing them accountability for? It's almost like an accountability buddy type thing where they're working on their stuff and you're giving feedback, you're working on your stuff and they're giving their feedback. So that there's those type of relationships too. It's not just you getting what you need, but they're getting what they need as well. Those relationships are wonderful as well. But we have to really lay out those expectations, and it helps to revisit it once in a while, just to, maybe every quarter, twice a year, annually, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page, that you're still getting out of the relationship what you expect, that you're still moving forward, because just as our goals change, our needs for accountability change. And also in that is that relationship isn't forever. Now, that's the thing again with using friends for accountability, is the friendship isn't going to end, but maybe that accountability component will. And that again is understanding the type of friendship that you have and knowing that my friendship's still here. I still love this person very much as my friend, but this part isn't what we're doing anymore, and being able to separate those hats. I use myself as an example because I have lots of different goals in lots of different areas of my life. There's not one person under the sun that can handle all my stuff. I have people in all kinds of different areas. I have people that hold me accountable in business. I have people that hold me accountable in my fitness. I have people that hold me accountable in my emotional wellness. I have people that hold me accountable in my spiritual growth. In all these different areas, I have these people because I know for me, I wouldn't keep moving forward if I didn't have those people that continue to push me, that encourage me, that help me in my growth, to show me what I need to know that I don't already know, and that really call me out on my crap, because I like to make excuses. And it's easy for me to become complacent. I know that about my personality. I can get comfortable very easily. And so I know I need those people in all those different places, because if I get comfortable here, I'm going to stop over here. And so now all these people exist. Do they all work together? No, they don't. That would get really confusing too. But I recognize the need for that. And now, do all these people, do I have a reciprocal relationship with them? Not all of them. Some of them I do. But that's the place where in accountability, we look at where is that place where I can give back and where do I receive? And I may not be the one that is providing accountability for those people, but I'm able then to, at the level of my expertise, provide accountability for others in the area that they need. And it's a ripple effect. We all have areas where we are experts, where we are confident, where we can be an encourager, where we can be a supporter, where we know our stuff. And that's where we are uniquely gifted to be able to stand in that space and support other people. So as we think about accountability, as we think about where we can be of service, it's not just about who's holding me accountable, it's where I can be of service for somebody else and having that ripple effect. So there is thoughts on accountability this morning. And as always, we are here every Monday for Coffee and Connect. You can join in any Monday at bit.ly/Coffee with Stephanie. And again, we are at 9 a.m. now on Arizona time. And I thank you, Heather, for joining and listening in. You can always drop comments on this video if you have ideas for topics. And I'd love to have people join us live in the Zoom room. Have a fabulous week, and we'll see you next Monday.